All right, welcome to the Parsons podcast. I'm here with my guest, Greg Porch. Greg, introduce yourself, my man. How's it going?
Doing great. How about you, dude?
I'm doing good. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
All right. I wanted to bring you on here, man, because I think you're a great artist, dude. I love your music, and I love what you do. So I just wanted to bring you on here so you could tell everybody what you're about and what kind of music you're into. And, I guess first off, what started you playing music, man?
I've been playing music since I was a kid. I mean, that one goes way back. I've been playing guitar since I was 12. I happen to remember listening to the radio a lot at that time, and I remember Audio Slaves Like a Stone was on the radio, and so was Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes. I had both of those records, so...
Oh, dude, those are great records.
They are, but those two particular songs, I just grabbed a guitar while I was alone in my garage one day that we happened to have, and the first song, the Audio Slave one, I played probably 2 hours. I literally picked out the note on the guitar till it matched what I happened to hear.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
And same thing with the White Stripes song. I just got it wrong until I got it right, and I'm thankful I did it that way because it taught me to learn things by ear.
Oh, awesome. So did you take lessons, or are you just fully self-taught kind of guy?
Dad got me started a little bit before that. I'm largely self-taught, though.
Nice. I'm just gonna fix this angle a little bit. There we go.
Yeah.
That's better. Get me out of the shot. Cool, man. But you mentioned two amazing bands, or artists anyway, and songs: Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes, and you said Chris Cornell, right? Audio Slave.
Yeah, he's probably my second favorite vocalist of all
dude.
time, right behind Bruce
Oh,
Dickinson.
same here, man. He's one of my biggest influences. I love Chris Cornell. Incredible singer, incredible songwriter. Just really impressive. You know what I mean? I really, really dig all of his work, his whole collective work. But one interesting thing is I saw Audio Slave at Lollapalooza when they did Lollapalooza one year.
Oh, really? Which year was that?
That was the year that they were there and Incubus was there. And I'm trying to remember who else was there.
That's probably the same summer I picked up the guitar.
Yeah? Well, what's funny about that is they actually covered Seven Nation Army.
It did?
Yeah. It was
No way.
Yeah, it was nuts. Yeah. Like they came out and Tom Morello started playing the riff. Yeah, and it was super dope, and I was like, "Whoa, this is crazy!"
Honestly,
because that song was #1 on the charts at the time.
Yeah, that song was huge. I remember my uncle and I were talking about that like a year ago when we were watching a game, and he was like, "Dude, that's the only song I've heard any time recently that you hear all over the world." And I was like,
"Oh yeah."
When I really thought of it, I don't think there's been a song that big probably since "Smells Like Teen Spirit."
Probably not, dude. It has that same kind of like just grabbing signature fucking hook.
Yeah,
it's just a really
it kind
good
of just
rock,
screams fight
rock song, dude. And Smells Like Teen Spirit was definitely a song that was on the radio a lot when I was a kid.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I love both of those artists. So you gather most of your inspiration from I'm guessing rock music.
Yeah, rock music. Plenty of country music inspiration though. Oddly enough, mostly rock music. A lot of metal.
Oh, metal.
Yeah, wouldn't have guessed because I have an acoustic guitar.
Well, I have a background in metal as well.
Really?
Back in high school, and I did listen to a lot of metal, dude. I feel like I listened to only exclusively metal for a long time. And I heard a band called the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and it changed my entire world.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wait a minute, I can't listen to only metal. That's silly. That's just a silly thing to do,
Yeah. Peppers actually had one of my first records. The fifth record I ever got was Californication.
Oh man, dude, that was such a good record too, man.
Yeah.
That's a good one to grab. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Other stuff you grow up with, and I mean, I don't know. I've looked across genres a little bit because they've obviously got a lot more of a funk inspiration, and it's like you just gotta look for the good music wherever you happen to find it, because somebody's gonna stand out there. They're definitely a group that did like all their songs just like hit me like a ton of bricks.
Oh, dude. Not to mention that the fact that their catalog is massive. I mean, they've been around for for a long time. Even when Californication came out, that was what their like fifth album, sixth album.
Yeah, something
so it's
like that.
Holy moly!
Yeah, bunch of albums, a few rotations, and Anthony and Fleer's still at it.
Yeah, and they're still rocking it. I kind of wish John Frusciante was still in the band.
Oh, me too.
I'm a big John Frusciante fan, dude.
I was too.
Like, especially his solo stuff.
Yeah.
His solo stuff is incredible, dude. Like, I can't get enough of it. I even ordered the DC EP on vinyl, and I'm just a big fan.
I need to check that out.
Yeah, he did an EP at the studio in DC. It's a legendary studio. Oh man, I'm trying to remember the name of it. Here, maybe I should look it up. It's a legendary studio that Bad Brains recorded in, and tons of legendary punk rock bands. Let's see if I can find it. Recording studio, DC. Oh, man, I was hoping it would pop right up, but it didn't. Oh, well, we'll look that up later. But, so I also bring artists on here to perform some songs and do their thing. Do you have a song for us that you would like to play?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, cool. This is original?
Yeah, I'm going to do some original songs.
Awesome, dude.
All right. This is one I wrote a couple of years back. It's called Downstairs.
Nice.
It's just about, a room you share with somebody in a basement.
Cool.
Downstairs was a place where we lived when I became a man. All done with school, I'd head out with you into the land. Most nights we bring friends home, drink tequila and watch TV. Downstairs was a place where the world belonged to you and me. Downstairs was a place where we did what we were told we should not. A grand sty of old records, worn pennies, beer bottles, and pot. But it brought us so close, you know, that meant so much at 18. Downstairs was a place where the world belonged to you and me. Do you ever think back on those times at all? Some of the best I can recall. And my mind just doesn't change on those memories. 'Cause downstairs was a place where the world belonged to you and me. Downstairs was a place where we wound up out of our minds. And it never took too much for us to leave this world behind. Downstairs we felt the grand definition of wild and free. Downstairs was a place where the world belonged to you and me. Do you ever think back on those times at all? Some of the best I can recall. And my mind just doesn't change on those memories. 'Cause downstairs was a place where the world belonged to you and me. Downstairs was a place where the world belonged to you and me. Hey! Downstairs was a place where I watched your fault line crack, and you traded in everything we ever shared for a smack. How you ever could do such a thing, I still can't believe. 'Cause downstairs was a place where the world belonged to you and me. And if you could go back, would you still hit the wall? 'Cause it broke my heart to watch your downfall. Downstairs was a place where the world belonged to you and me. Downstairs was a place where the world belonged to you and me.
All right, dude. That was awesome, man. Yeah.
Thank you.
That song's called Downstairs?
Yeah.
Oh man, that was awesome, man. Is that is there any place that our viewers and our listeners can find that song online? Do you have a website or anything like that?
Honestly, you'd probably have to add me on Facebook and stalk the shit out of my timeline to find that one. I don't have it really posted anywhere at the moment.
Nice. Yeah. Do you have anything recorded, or are you planning on putting out anything anytime soon?
I've recorded things in the past, but the one recording I have is kind of dated, if you will. About 6 years old. I went back and listened to it. I was like, a couple of my pickups sounded off on that one. So I'm going to be recording again very soon. I got a buddy who's building up his studio, and I should have something ready by the end of winter, an EP at least.
Oh, an EP? Nice.
At least.
Nice. Awesome. That is awesome, man. Well, very cool. So as far as your influences, what helps you write songs? Like when you're sitting down, and a lot of people write songs differently, and I like to ask songwriters, what's their approach? What's your approach when it comes to writing a tune? Do you write the words first? Do you write the music first? How does it all come together? Is it kind of you write it and
for me
it's
that's
like
so
done?
chicken and egg. I'll have some words that jump out at me, or I have a riff that jumps out at me. It can be one, it can be the other. I think the real catch to writing is get bored.
Yeah.
Be somewhere where you have nothing to do. When I put out the first album that I put out back in 2012, I had written most of those songs at work because I had worked night shift. And a couple hours to myself where the phone didn't even ring most nights or nobody coming to the door.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's pull this out, write something down, strum it, see how it goes.
Yeah,
Work
dude.
alone, so.
Yeah, I personally love songwriting. I love the process, and I've when I write a song, usually the riff or the guitar part will come first, and sometimes I'll sit on it forever, dude. You know what I mean? Like it won't become anything for like a year, and then I'll like listen to like audio files of an idea that I just recorded a quick riff, and I'll feel creative, and I'll just start rolling with some old riff I wrote like 2 years ago. Have you ever done anything like that?
That's going to be exactly the case for one of the songs I'm going to be playing for you.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, that's awesome. So where do you hail from, dude? Are you from here? Are you from Fairfax?
I'm from Woodbridge.
Woodbridge.
So, yeah, Northern Virginia.
Nice. So you were born in Virginia?
Yeah. Well, I was actually born in Fairfax, probably at wherever the hospital is in ratio to here.
Oh, right on. Awesome, man. Awesome. So did you start playing music when you were in high school?
The guitar came in middle school. Singing, I've done that my whole life for the most part. Several things have caused me to improve with age, but I've been doing that as long as I could speak. Couple other instruments, but mostly guitar.
Cool. If you had to choose, who is your favorite guitar player of all time?
Favorite guitar player, Randy Rhoads.
Randy Rhoads?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Taking it too young.
What is it about Crazy Train and how fun it is to play?
Yeah, it's the most fun song ever.
It's like the funnest guitar part of all time.
Yeah.
I think most guitar players can agree with that.
Yeah, I was in a
Yeah.
hurry to learn that one. Damn right.
Oh man, but as far as metal though, I guess that would be in the metal category.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. But what metal bands are you listening to right now? What are you digging?
Right now, I need to hear more of an outlet for it. I used to follow a couple of the metal blogs, but A, they got too political. B, they just didn't seem to be exposing people to new bands as much as they were at another point a couple of years back. A couple of years back, they'd promote some band out of somewhere, and I was like, oh my god, this sounds awesome, and that's cool, but I just saw less of that with time.
Yeah, do you remember Jack's nightclub?
Yeah, I remember Jack's.
That seemed to be the spot to go if you were going to go to a metal show.
Yeah,
you know,
all the bands from like Europe
all of my
that come in
bands have
town.
played there.
Yeah.
Every band I've been, have you played there? Right? Have you played there?
No, I haven't. I had a couple of friends that played at Empire when that was a thing, but not at Jack's.
Okay. Did you ever play at Empire when it became that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Yeah. Oh man, so many memories, dude. That bathroom was the craziest, right? Jeez, I was scared to go in there every single time, dude. Every time.
I've been in worse bathrooms.
Oh, but I saw some good shows there. I opened up for Buck Cherry there.
Really?
Yeah.
Good shot.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, that was a good show. That was a lot of fun. That was a band called Baba Ganoush. For all you curious people, that's a band I was in many years ago. But now I'm just doing the solo thing, you know, and working on with my sister as well, on her record, who's going to be on the podcast soon as well.
Yeah,
I'm
she's
gonna have her
awesome.
on here. Yeah, she's got a wonderful voice, man. I don't know where she got that from.
Yeah,
Yes, I do. My dad.
Yeah, she's got a great voice. Great writing from what I heard from her too.
Yeah, she's awesome. And when I was thinking about first doing this podcast, I was like, you know, who are the people that I want to be on this thing, you know? And I was like, well, I want like, you know, people that I think are really good singer-songwriters. You know, it's like songwriters. And I guess this is just the beginning, and I'm just starting this thing off, but
Yeah.
I really like having songwriters on because I feel like it's a little bit more intimate, and that like I love going to see a band, don't get me wrong. But I really like sitting down and talking to the songwriters, man. Because
Exactly. That's more my lyrical
you know,
approach to things.
Yeah, I just feel like it's more interesting.
Yeah. Like, I love heavy music, don't get me wrong. When it comes to writing a story, though, I mean, I've written with people plenty of times, but it's something I prefer to do alone.
Yeah. I mean, songwriting. I mean, you can definitely write songs with somebody, but you got to have that type of chemistry. I've had that with a few people, but you know, it's a lot of times what ends up happening with me anyway is that I'll basically end up writing it, and that's where it goes. Like when me and Chelsea write something together, though, it's totally different. It's like organic and it just works. And there's been a few people that I've been able to do that with.
Yeah,
but
there's a couple of tricks to making that work. I figured don't undercut each other or double cross each other's probably
of course
part
not,
of that.
of course.
Yeah, but you do have to just put your egos away enough to where one person's voice isn't dominating what's going on with the whole song as opposed to the other.
True. There are some guitar players out there that are just like, what do you mean I can't solo the entire time on this song?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
No, dude.
Yeah,
you can't do that.
lead guitar players and lead singers always compete for the go. That's how it rolls.
Yep. So, all right. So you said you have a song that kind of came out of the
this riff I had for over a year. I had cranked it out one night shortly after I moved back home 2 years ago, and I didn't. Lyrics just kind of came to me in a big instance about 6 months ago one night. I stayed up till like 2 a.m. writing it.
What's the name of this one?
This one's called Crooked Watch.
Awesome.
All right, since this string's punking me real quick. So it might get a little loud, but yeah, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
The lyrics are about whatever you think they're about. Sun is gone, head is haunted by an urge beneath the spark. When dark, face is marked and burning with a visceral urge to flee. All sad conditions leave my head again. Dull premonitions become evident. I need your eyes, please keep my disguise, my pace hidden, and you're not even surprised. Crooked watch, gonna check the top of it. Let's get on the road. Correct the notch up and check the blindfolded. Speak only in code. Stars afar, disheartened by an urgent need, lost in cost. I toss and turn with no physical urge to sleep. My vision's in a sea of red again. Start bitching, David, be some medicine. I need a hand to you, understand my pain showing, and that's not part of the plan. Crooked watch, could you check the top of it? Let's get on the road. Crank the notch up and check the blindfolded. The best leave us alone. Crooked watch, conjure up my life of it, 'cause I don't know where to go. And stay silent on that hell above it. Speak only in code. Best leave us alone. No, they wouldn't leave us alone. Crooked watch, fucking wreck the top of it. Stay off of the road. Turn the notch down and check those blinds for me before they take you alone. Crooked watch, circumspect that life for me, 'cause I would know where to go. And stay silent on that hell above for me, 'cause no one needs to know. I say no one, no one needs to know. I say no one needs to know. Speak only in code.
All right, dude. That was awesome, man. Yeah,
thank
great
you.
song. Great song.
Thanks, dude.
Oh, man. Yeah. Dude, that was awesome. I heard like hints of maybe some like Metallica in there, and like and just hints of just awesome fucking wonderful vocals, dude. Awesome vocals, dude, man. I think that's what knocked me out the first time I saw you play. It was just the vocals just blew me away, man. Like, great stuff. I actually found the studio that we were talking about. This is in the studio is in Arlington, I think. Yeah, Arlington, Inner Ear Studio, and this is where John Frusciante recorded the DC EP. Really? I think the Foo Fighters even did a song there too, which is pretty cool. I've never been there, man.
Surprise me.
Oh, Walk the Plank, a local band. One of my friends bands. They've recorded here as well. Really? I believe they did a song that I was in an indie rock band called Better Kept Secret, and I believe we did a split with them, and I believe that their song on the split, or their 2 songs on the split, were done there. Yeah, but I've always wanted to record there, man. But I've never had the opportunity. So hopefully someday soon. Yeah, I'd like to check it out. But you said you're about to work with a friend of yours on an EP or a full length, or what are you thinking?
I've got enough material for an EP right now. Writing's kind of coming and going in waves. Right now it's coming in pretty strong, so maybe there'll be enough material for an album by the end of the year. We'll see what happens.
Hey, you never know, man. You might get this crazy productive spark out of nowhere and like write 5 songs. I've done that many times. Yeah. And I'll just I think one time I challenged myself to write a song a day for like a week, and 3 of them were okay. The other ones were total shit.
I've done that before, and I think that's part of where the writer's block comes in. You know you're going to write some things, and some of them are just going to suck. And it's just going to be 5 hours of your time down the drain. Because it's like, this sounded so cool. I tried arranging it. It's like it's not coming together. I don't even think my mother would say this is a good song.
Man. That's the determining factor right there. My mom wouldn't even listen to this, and she loves me.
Yeah, it's like, who would? You can imagine this coming on in the bar and people will gravitate towards it. Nah, they start wondering what the specials are, how their team is doing. And it's important to make sure your songs are,
you gotta have.
I'd rather entertain a crowd personally.
Yeah.
I write songs that please myself, nobody else. But hey, I'd rather get a reaction out of you.
Oh, totally.
And not everything you write's gonna be that way. So, and it'll take hours out of your day. And sometimes you'll have nothing to show for it. Yeah, just keep writing.
Keep writing, man.
Yeah,
you just gotta keep writing.
Some things will turn out that good.
Eventually, you're gonna write something that you're like, oh yes, this is awesome, and you'll get really excited about it. I think the same thing happens to comedians too, or anybody that's writing something, or like a book, or I mean, God, when you're writing a book, a lot of people, at least most authors, they'll rewrite a paragraph like 1,000 times.
Yep.
And until they got it just right, where they review it and they're just like, okay, yeah, I've taken out all the unnecessary stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you mull a whole page over. And the thing is, as far as songs go, you've only got to get between 10 and 13 right before, hey, I've got enough length for an album now. Not that albums are still a thing, but hey, maybe.
Hey, I feel like it's going back to a singles kind of thing. A lot of artists are putting out just singles on,
And I think that's an unintended consequence of how pretty much your whole source of music now is the internet. You're discovering a lot of new bands on the internet.
Absolutely.
Unless you like going out like I do and you'll just go to a bar and you don't care who's playing. We're just going to check out this band. I love doing that.
Oh, dude, I miss doing that.
Yeah.
I need to do that more often. I used to go to DC just to go to shows.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good thing to have cash on hand for, but...
Yeah. And... I felt like it was easier to, or at least around here there was more bands, more places to play. So there was more bands, but now that there's not as many places to play, or not necessarily places to play, that they'll have bands, or they had bands, but they mainly hire cover bands. You're not going to really find an original band in Fairfax.
That's what gets all the yuppies who are still having a good time on the weekends up and dancing and shaking their asses and rattling the rocks in their glass during that hour. Yeah, they like all that stuff. That's the same thing. That's the same thing my day job boss told me when I told him I was auditioning for a cover band. He's like, "Oh, we'll definitely come see you, man. We like cover bands. We'll be able to
See?
sing along to all the songs."
That's what it is, dude. They love it. They love hearing songs that they know, you know, and that's totally understandable. I mean, when I played an original band, we played covers too.
Yeah.
You know, I think most of our I've been in a bands that were all original, and then we did like 2 or 3 covers, and that's it. And then I've been in bands where it was like we did a lot of covers and we had like maybe 5, 6 original songs.
Vice versa.
So I've been in a total opposite situation too.
Yep.
And you know what,
Me too.
dude? We made more money. The band that played covers made more money.
That's the incentive for musicians. Okay, you haven't been discovered yet, and honestly, music industry is not churning out millionaires overnight like they were 20 years ago or more.
True.
But it's just, if you run into that quandary about paying your light bill and balancing your shit on time, yeah, okay, I'll play
fucking.
Yeah,
I'll play some
I'll
Springsteen.
Yeah, I'll play some Springsteen,
Fuck yeah,
AC/DC, Elton John, and a couple of Beatles songs, and I'll do it for a few hours on end.
Oh,
$300 at the end? Yeah!
Dude, it's awesome. Yeah, it's fucking dope. I love learning the songs that I love too. That's the fun part about it, is that you get to learn songs that you love and then play them live and test them out. Some people play them a little differently, or maybe they have their own little style to it, or
Exactly.
or, you know, it makes it fun. You know.
Yeah, both of those songs I had mentioned that I learned how to play guitar from my first cover band at 13. Yeah, those 2 were in the set.
Hell yeah.
Because when you hear these songs, some really do inspire you to pick up. You know, it's like, man, I want to be the guy playing this, you know?
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. You know what I find interesting, though? Like, when it comes to comedy, you can't do the same thing.
No, not at all.
Isn't that funny?
Well,
so you can't go up on stage and cover somebody's bit.
Yeah,
because
that's
it's considered
stealing. That's complete plagiarism, and technically it is in the music world too. But
it really is, but people don't think about that part. You know what I mean? Because music is different. You know,
you can't sue those guys though. It's incredible their vehicle made it to the gig. What are you expecting to have? Lawsuit money? That's my case.
I just think it's very interesting. Who was that comic that was he basically got caught stealing tons of people's jokes.
Two I can think of, and Joe Rogan exposed them both. One was
Joe Rogan exposed them.
Yeah, he called out Carlos Mencia on stage, and then he did the same thing to Dan Cook. And, yeah, and Dan Cook was I don't know if he broke records, but he's bringing in an audience of like young women. This was more of a thing in stand-up than ever around his time. And he had a good persona for that.
That's true.
But, he stole.
Who was it that
he stole Louis C.K.'s bit, and he did
that's
it.
right.
He did
that's
it.
Right.
He did it before Louis got famous, and he did it right in front of the guy, like to his face.
Who was it? Carlos Mencia?
Yeah.
That also got ousted by somebody?
Rogan also. I saw the video of that too.
Dude, Rogan's just out there like he's like a comedy hitman. He's just like taking these dudes out.
No, and honestly, that's part of what people like about his podcast. He's a funny guy, but he'll call you out though. There's a point where
he definitely will.
Yeah, exactly. He's not a complete. Not a complete West Coast pacifist who won't call you out on your shit. He'll get confrontational, man.
Well, he's going to ask you questions,
and that's
and he's going to make you answer them. Yeah. He's going to put you on the spot,
Exactly.
And he doesn't bullshit.
Exactly.
He has absolutely no bullshit. Bullshit mentality. You know what I mean? And he's got his own personal bullshit meter too. Like he calls bullshit on. Did he have a show where it was just like Joe Rogan like? It was like some kind of show where he like debunked a bunch of things. I can't even remember, man. But dude, that guy's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. But
but the thing behind that was because he was saying guys like Carlos Mencia do their thing because when you're a comedian, you're kind of like you're a natural comedian if you're the head honcho at the bar, the guy everybody wants to talk to. That guy's usually the funny guy. These guys are clearly doing the best job at it. They're they're high on the hog at the moment, and then Joe noticed that they're not getting called out because you guys just aren't willing to get your hands dirty and start a fight.
Oh, damn. So Joe Rogan's a badass in
these
every
things
way.
go unchecked. Yeah.
That's crazy. It is interesting to me, though, that you can't do that as a comedian, but you can do that as a musician.
Entirely.
It's just a totally different world, but it's kind of they shared the same world in many ways too. It's so weird.
Exactly, because the thing about cover songs is they're fun to do. They're worth the money. At the end of the day, you'd rather be spending your artistic efforts on your own unique individual thing, something that you came up with. That's the way I see it.
Absolutely, I feel the same way. You feel more special about it.
Yeah,
you know?
And that's the same way I feel when I hear about people like when I've heard of cases of bands ripping off somebody else's song. It's like, I mean, I don't know how everybody is about personal integrity, but don't you want to be attached to that thing you thought of? Or, I don't know, are you just really cool with saying, fuck that dude, whatever he thought of? I wrote this. That's what you can tell the world.
Dude, I mean, you know, my sister actually, she was one of the first people that actually made me even think about stuff like that, people stealing your songs, you know. And I was just like, well, why would somebody steal my song?
If you want your song on the radio, somebody else wants the royalty check as bad as you do.
It just blows my mind, though. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, how could somebody just blatantly do that? You know,
cold,
and stealing a bit too, or stealing something, some kind of art from an artist. You know what I mean? That's like taking somebody's painting and saying that you painted it, and being like, yeah, that's mine. It's mine now.
I guess
you didn't paint that, bitch. It's mine. It's my fucking painting.
I guess.
You know?
I guess the end of the day, it's like taking someone's life.
Yeah,
not everyone
dude.
has a conscience, and not everyone has integrity.
Yeah, those fuckers. Stealing people's art, man. Get out of here. Get out of here with your thievery. Damn. But dude. Well, how about you play one more song for us, and then we'll wrap this thing up.
All right, sounds good. The capo up for this one.
Nice. What's the name of this one?
This one's called Wine and Honey.
Nice.
Different influence, if you will. You'll figure it out, you know. Had some drinks with you one night. Gave you a kiss, and everything turned out right. Didn't have nothing to keep us warm, so we fell asleep in each other's arms. You got a dream to be a star. Well, that's my dream too. Together we can go far, for a shot that comes once in a lifetime. I'm so thankful you're in mine, 'cause I love you more than you'll ever know. And it needs to be true, so I'll spend all my money on wine and honey, making memories with you. Here make you blue? Well, you know it has that effect on me too. So let's pack our bags, head out west, say goodbye to all our hearts and stress. You got a ticket out of this town. Well, I got a car, I'll beat you on the ground. Yes, I can drive to the other coast, 'cause alive with you is what I want the most. And that's swept you off your feet. And all was great for a little while. Oh, but in time I started to taste bile. Somewhere in the drinking, maybe the smoking. You know that my honey's promises were broken. And I don't know how I could have listened to a teenage girl make grown woman decisions. Now I love you more than you'll ever know, but I don't think you know what it means to be true. I spent all my money on wine and honey. Now I got nothing left but you. Car, gonna drive again. Only got 3 days to make it to the other side of the land. This is what I wanted least, but to move forward I better head back east. I gave you my heart and soul, and all you did was rip it out and swallow it whole. And my spirit never felt so low when I stopped for the night in West New Mexico. I still love you more than you'll ever know, even though you were never true. Wasted all my money on wine and honey. Now I must move on from you. Life goes on after you. Life goes on after you.
All right, dude, that was awesome, man.
Oh, thank you.
Another stellar acoustic jam. Loved it, bro. Loved it. That was awesome. I really like the lyrics in that one.
Thanks.
Really good.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, hell yeah. Is that going to be on your EP?
Absolutely, all three of those songs.
Nice, man. Well, I look forward to listening to it. And thank you so much for coming on the podcast, dude.
Yeah, thanks
I really
for having me,
appreciate
dude.
you. Yeah, dude, it was a lot of fun, and make sure that you make sure you keep me posted on when it's coming out, and I'll make sure I put links and stuff on here for everybody to check out.
Oh, damn right I will.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on, and everybody at home, subscribe below and keep listening to the podcast, and thank you so much, Greg. Give it up for Greg.
Thanks for having me.
Great dude. All right.
Cheers.